All right, welcome everyone. It is 8 a.m. on the dot here in San Francisco, California, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, welcome to the HeyGen webinar. Today, I'm Ryan. I'll be your host. I lead the sales team here at HeyGen, and I'll be talking you through what is HeyGen, and we'll get into the product. HeyGen is one of those tools that playing around with it is the best way to learn it. It does help having someone guide you through. Excuse me. But really getting into the tool and using it is the best way to learn it. So we'll spend most of our time doing that. A couple housekeeping items. This will be about 30 minutes. Afterwards, there will be a recording. So if you want to share it with others, we'll post it all over our socials. So feel free to share it with others at your company or with friends. And with that, let's get started. I'll first go through just a couple slides just to welcome everybody to HeyGen and tell you a little bit more about who we are, what we're building, kind of the vision, and then we'll go into HeyGen's product. All right, cool. All right, so HeyGen's we're in the Gen AI video space, and really what we focus on is the avatar, and our kind of uniqueness, excuse me, is the lip sync of the avatar. We kind of orchestrate all these different technologies into being able to create this awesome avatar with the lip sync, as well as the ability to translate and lip sync videos. So we have really three main products HeyGen does. It's the avatar video and the ability to create avatar videos inside of our studio editor. We have video translate, which allows you to take one video that's originally in English or a different language and translate it into a separate language. So English to Spanish or English to German or German to Spanish. And then the third product, the main product is what we call interactive avatar, which is a live streaming avatar, we used to call it, but it's a live conversation that you can have back and forth with an avatar. I'll touch on all three of them today. I'll primarily focus on the avatar and the video translate product. About half of the people that my sales team talks to are interested in interactive avatar. The reason I won't cover it too much today is that it is primarily it's primarily used by developers. It does take somebody with some technical experience to get that product into production. So I'm not that person, but we do have plenty of webinars on on HeyGen's interactive avatar. So I would recommend checking out those if that's your primary interest. Okay, so what is HeyGen? We'll talk about HeyGen Enterprise, and we'll do a product overview and get into the demo. And then we will save some time for Q&A. In the chat, feel free to throw in your questions. We've got Chrissy from the HeyGen marketing team who is going to be fielding questions. She'll send them over to me, and I'll respond at the end. So certainly open to spending time talking through any questions that you might have. All right, so this guy that you're seeing here on the slide, that's Josh. Josh is HeyGen's CEO. It's important to start there. Like, who is Josh? Josh and Wayne were the two co-founders. Josh in particular, he leads the company. He also leads the product strategy. And his background is that he led AI camera at Snapchat. He was at Snapchat for almost 8 years, going from very early, didn't really have a product, to now what kind of Snapchat is. And they've kind of transformed the idea of what a camera can be used for. If you think about if you have kids or maybe you're still using Snapchat, how you can use the AI lenses or the AI filters rather, and you can become a zombie, or you can become I haven't been in Snapchat for a while, but you know what I'm talking about. You can use those cool filters. I actually was walking down the street the other day and I saw a little boy with Snapchat open, putting filters on himself, and I was just thinking to myself, I bet Josh was working on that exact product. It was really neat to see that experience. So that's Josh. That's what he created, the AI camera at Snapchat, which is kind of the DNA of HeyGen. Moving beyond the camera is kind of what is how we talk about the product strategy. And we really started with avatar, the ability to create an avatar of yourself. And that's now transformed into multiple different products. It's transformed into serving the largest enterprises in the world, literally the largest enterprise in the world, as well as individual creators across the globe. My team, we talk to a bunch of different people every single day, and I'm always surprised on the different use cases as well as the locations of these folks. Me being in the US, I primarily think about the US. My experience at HeyGen has kind of opened me up to businesses around the world, which has been a really interesting experience. I think the main purpose for that is one, video is used everywhere in the world, and then two, the ability to translate across language barriers with HeyGen is really interesting for folks in, especially in Europe and Southeast Asia, where it'd be like if you're in the US, each state has a different language. In Europe, you know, Germany and France and Spain, everybody talks different languages, English being the primary, but there's still pockets where localization matters quite a bit. HeyGen can help serve those companies. Um, so we are moving beyond the camera, and Josh is helping with his Snapchat background. Um, Okay, so HeyGen's not the complete one-stop shop for video production, but what we do help out with is the creation of an avatar or post-production localization. Um, it's really cool. Like the kind of audio visual folks in the audience who use HeyGen, what they typically say is it saves me so much time because I don't have to go get the talent every time I need a reshoot or I need to make a fix. The creation of the avatar allows me to control the outcomes of the talent, and that's the special part about HeyGen's avatars. And then on the video translate side, you can do the regular shoot for your video, kind of the old way of video production. And then at the end, where am I at? We're here. Okay. At the end of your filming, it's in English. You want to translate it to Spanish. You want to start building your Spanish audience. You can do that with a couple clicks. So the old way is all scripting all the way through reshoots. With HeyGen, you can do this. With localization, it's a click of a button from English to Spanish. With AI video, using avatars, script and generate. It really is a much simpler process, especially with that A role, the A role, which is the human on the screen. We make that process so much easier. You only have to shoot once, and then audiovisual specialists can use that footage moving forward. Here's some benefits of using HeyGen to tell your stories. It's much faster. It's way faster than have to get in front of a camera every time. You can localize across borders, across language borders rather. You can create way more content in a much easier way, and then it is much cheaper than going into a professional video shoot every time you have to shoot. All right, let's jump into the product now. All right. Cool. So, welcome to the HeyGen um, web app. So this can be found at app.heygen.com. If you log in here, everybody can create a free account and get started today. It really is easy to get started. And what I'll do is I'll talk you through some of the basic products, and then I'll try to go as deep as I can. There are like little pockets of interesting features in each product that I want to touch on today. So the first product that we'll chat about is the avatar video product. This is the primary product. It's used the most out of all the creators and businesses that sign up for HeyGen. Avatar product is the most popular product, and it's used the most common. So we'll start there. Top left, create video. This is where you can select avatar video to get started. And then there are a bunch of creation options. I want to use a template, or I want to upload a PowerPoint that I already have. I'm going to start off with the first video that I'll create is using a template, but it does take 3 to 5 minutes to process videos. So what I'm actually going to do is just upload a PowerPoint here and show you this workflow. Then we'll go back to using a template. By the time we create a video with the template, the PowerPoint video will be processed so we can check it out. So let's start here. A lot of folks in the business world use PowerPoints every day, and PowerPoints can be they're really stale, kind of stagnant assets. And what HeyGen allows for you to do is to create a video out of the PowerPoint. So I'm gonna select upload a PowerPoint. I'm gonna hit auto generate script, and then I'm gonna upload today's presentation, the deck that I was previously showing, the PowerPoint deck that I was previously showing. I will upload this, and we will create a script automatically out of the video. out of the PowerPoint rather. This is a pretty new feature. We launched the ability to add the script from the PowerPoint slides just internally right now. So this, I guess we haven't made the product announcement. We haven't launched it to all of our customers. And there is always risk of demoing a beta product live. So we'll give it a second here. I believe in the HeyGen product. So I'm confident that it will work. I'll give it 5 more seconds and then we might have to do a refresh and try again. All right, we're refreshing, we're trying again. All right, so I'm gonna upload the PowerPoint from today's conversation. All right, well, let's skip this. It looks like it is in processing purgatory. So we're going to start with using a template. Okay, so this is the most common way today that folks are creating videos with HeyGen. They create a on-brand template first and foremost, and they can use that template, kind of repurpose it for the different styles of video. Oh, there we go. It did process. So let's come back to this. We'll come back to the PowerPoint presentation upload. We'll start with the template creation. So I've got 3 templates here that I've already created for HeyGen. We've got a weekly update that Nav, who talked on Tuesday, gave a webinar on Tuesday, walked us through. We've got a product release update, and then we just have this general template. And all 3 of them are used pretty commonly here at HeyGen for different purposes. These are templates that our team has made. Then there's also a whole library of templates down below. I'll start with let's start with one of the
Welcome to this week's performance report.
One of the templates from our template library. So now I'm going to touch on Brand Kit. Brand Kit is an easy way to, in the top left corner here, Brand Kit, you can select different brand kits. This is my sales demo account, so I'm constantly demoing different brand kits. I want to use HeyGen's Brand Kit. And what this allows for me to do, I've already uploaded logos, I've already uploaded our colors and our fonts, some images, some videos that our production team has created. And I can use this cool shuffle colors button, and it will apply HeyGen's colors that we upload to the actual slide. And for all slides, you can do the same thing, shuffle color, and they will go on brand, which is pretty cool. This is a new feature. A lot of enterprises are using this to create templates. All right, so we now have a on-brand color-wise template video that we can get started with. First, I'll say, let's name this the webinar demo. Okay, I don't like Kristen. She's not my favorite avatar, so I'm going to select a different avatar. The way that I do that, so Kristen is front and center here in our weekly report. I'm going to replace her with my avatar. Here we go. That is my avatar. The way that you can do this is, again, from the avatar view, click drop down, replace avatar. And there's a bunch of different avatars that you can select from. The one that I selected, this is what's called a studio avatar. This avatar is kind of unique compared to the rest of the avatars. The reason that it's unique is that it's for enterprise customers only for HeyGen from across our different plans. There's creator, team, and enterprise. This is an enterprise only feature. This is where I went in front of a green screen, in front of a professional film studio, and I recorded both the audio and the video. And then HeyGen has a team that manually mats the or edits the footage that you record in front of a professional film studio, and we make it look really nice. What I mean by that is we remove the green screen, we enrich the colors, we enhance the audio, so you have both a good avatar and the voice clone. So I'm going to use this one. However, just want to show you some different options here. going back to Josh, our CEO. Here's Josh's avatar. If I click in here, there's multiple different looks that I could use of Josh. This kind of avatar slot and then multiple different looks is really the kind of vision behind avatars. What I mean by that is, if somebody at HeyGen that has the approval to use Josh's avatar, I want to make sure that that's mentioned. They're creating a video and they need to use Josh's avatar. They've got all these different angles, these different outfits, different looks, as we call them, of Josh. And this is really what we intend for our customers to do, is have multiple different angles of individual folks that are all avatars. Each one of these can be used. Each one of these are avatars. I'm going to go back here. I'll select mine. Ryan New. We're good to go there. Then I also want to change my voice. So again, how do you change voices? In the app here, you can go select or click on voice. I've got multiple different voices already. I like this Pro Mic one, so I'll select this one. Maybe I touch on voices real quick. So a lot of people focus on the avatar, the video component, as the main part of the avatar creation, and it is. Like, it's really important. You have to have a good, high quality camera, good lighting, etc. However, the voice is probably the most underappreciated part of the avatars. Creating a really solid voice clone is 50% at least of getting high quality avatar outputs. So the top tip that I have is using a professional mic. I'm not sure if okay, so I actually bought this $100 mic off of Amazon. It was the top rated mic, only $100, and I use it for all my audio clones, and it's really, really solid. My voice clones are really good. If you compare that to the typical voice clone creation that I see from my customers, where they're probably using their phone or maybe their laptop microphone, and they're probably in a loud environment, most likely their office building, where there's background noise, which contributes to a poor audio clone. I really think going into a quiet spot with a higher than normal quality mic is the best way to do this. Your audio video team, if you have one, probably has this type of equipment. You can just ask them to use it, record 2 minutes of audio, upload it to HeyGen, you'll get a really good output. So that's my Pro mic. It's not really pro, it's $100 off Amazon, but it's pro enough for me. That you can add emotions. This particular voice clone doesn't allow for it, but certain voices you can select the actual emotion that you want. I'll come back to that. There are also the ability to integrate third-party voices. So if you have 11 Labs, that's typically the one that folks already have a voice clone of. Feel free to just add that to your account here. If you don't want to create a voice clone, that's not something that you're interested in, no worries. HeyGen has tons of different voices ready to go that you can select from. However, I want to use my voice. This is the presentation. I'm putting together the weekly report, so I'm gonna use my own voice here. Okay, so now this here is all text to speech. This is where you can type in your script, and at the end of this, the avatar will, in this case, Ryan New, will say whatever you type into the text box. It's pretty straightforward. However, there is a couple things that I want to touch on here. You can use what we call voice mirroring. This is a new feature for HeyGen. It's really neat. If you don't use voice mirroring, what's going to happen is that we will take your voice clone and we'll just say the text that you put into your script here using the voice clone, and it has decent emotional fluctuation. So the way that I'm talking today, it's very lively. It's normal kind of human emotional fluctuation in the voice. Now, think about how voice clones are recorded. When you record a voice clone, you take 2 minutes of audio, and what we do is we take the average of that 2 minutes and we convert it into one voice clone. So if you're up and down, or you're just monotone across the full 2 minutes, you'll get a kind of monotone type of voice clone. However, with voice mirroring, what you can do is you will speak into the microphone here, and the emotions that you use will be just reflected by your voice clone. So let's try. What I mean by that is, like, if I'm really emotional and kind of like high spirited, promotional of what I'm gonna say, then the script will actually follow that one to one. It'll be exact same emotions from what you speak here. Let's try it. I'll say this portion. So kudos to our sales team for hitting their targets this quarter. Our main source of high quality leads was social media. Both LinkedIn and Facebook worked well for our customer acquisition. Email subscriptions were also very effective. The launch of our latest features has also sparked great interest. So I'm going to add that audio, and I'm actually going to take the script here and I'll bring it up because that's what I said. So I should probably have it in. Oh, perfect. It actually transcribes for us. That's a new feature. Great. So this will be spoken. It'll use the emotions that I say, and it'll use my voice clone. It's not actually using my voice from what I say. So I could select a different voice clone here, and let's go to, let's use one of these out of the box sales trainer voices. So my emotions with the sales trainer voice clone. That's what will be said here. So that's mirroring is a new feature. I think it's pretty cool. You should definitely try it out. I'd recommend it. I probably won't have the time to come back and view what this, or listen and view what this sounds like. But let's try it. I'm gonna hit generate video, and we will try to get the voice mirroring to process, and we can check that video out. Let's give it a second to submit. People always ask me, how long does it take for videos to process? Keep in mind, we are generating the lip sync for each video, and that's the reason why it takes some time. So the rule of thumb that we have is, if the video is going to be 2 minutes, then it'll be 3 to 5 times the length of that video to process. And I've been here for about almost 2 years, and it's got way faster, and we continue to make the processing faster. But it is roughly 3 to 5 times the length of the video. So if it's a 10-minute video, it'd be 30 to 50 minutes. If it's a 1-minute video, 3 to 5 minutes. That's probably a 1 to 3 minute, or probably a 1-minute video. So it'll be ready in 3 to 5 minutes. All right. So I touched on some basic features for the Avatar product. Let's go over to Video Translate. So to find Video Translate, you go through the creation flow, top left, create video, Video Translate. Okay, so teams and enterprise accounts, they have what's called create proofread. And I will mostly touch on create proofread today because it is kind of a unique, interesting, and sometimes hard to use feature. So I think to benefit the most folks, that I'll go into proofread. But let's just show the normal no proofread creation flow. So what I want to do is, I've got a video in my video library, which is a Spanish video of Josh, our CEO, talking at the Collision conference last year. I'm going to open that. I'm going to process that. Or I should say upload it. And I'm going to create new translation. It's in Spanish already. So I want to translate it to any of these languages. There are quite a few of them. Let's see. What language should I translate into? Just kind of previewing what languages there are for the sake of the audience. But I want to do German. I've got a German colleague that I'd like to share this with. We also have quite a few German customers, so maybe they'll enjoy the speech from Josh. Okay, so I've got a couple more options here. I'm going to skip over most of these. I'll enhance the voice. I think it's always a good idea. Let's include captions let's include the German captions. I'm not going to apply a brand voice. I'm kind of skipping over that topic today. We'll submit for translation. And it's easy as that. That Spanish video is now going to be uploaded. We're gonna take the Spanish audio. We're gonna turn it into text. We're gonna transcribe it. We'll take the Spanish text. We'll translate it into German. So this is going from Spanish text to German text. we take the German text and then we apply it to the original voice of the speaker. This is called text to speech, and we use voice clones to allow us to make it sound like the original speaker, and then we apply the lip sync so that it looks like the original speaker is speaking German, and that is kind of the underlying technology for going from Spanish to German. So that will process. In the meantime, let's check out proofread. So same exact flow here where I go upload video, create proofread now instead. So I'm going to also select German. And what this will do is it'll have an intermediary step between going from Spanish to German. And what that intermediary step is the creation of a proofread. While this processes, I'm actually going to use a different one that's already processed, but there is a question in the chat which says, is voice mirroring only available when you use a template? No, it's not. You don't have to use a template for voice mirroring. Voice mirroring is available for all creation flows. I just started with a template because I think it's really tough to start with this blank screen. This is the blank screen problem that a lot of creators have. Is there's nothing here. So if you start with a template, it just allows you to start at first base instead of from home plate. I think it's way better to start with a template. And even from this view, you can see here, convert to voice mirroring. So it's available in all creation flows. I'm going to come back to video translate proofread. Let's check out what a proofread looks like here. Okay, so let's go back to the collision folder, and I've already got some proofreads ready to go. Here is the proofread UI. So after that video processes, you'll get this view here. The intention of proofread is to come into this UI here and correct any translation errors. You know, translation from English to any language or any language to any language, it's not perfect. We're not there yet. There are a lot of companies that have a lot of money that are working on perfecting this, but we're not there yet, unfortunately. Think about Google Translate. If you use Google Translate and you translate into a native language, you know that there's some things that are off. And what proofread allows you to do is come in here, and maybe the name is not actually Joshua. In the real video, it is Joshua, but maybe it should actually be Ryan. We're going to correct it to Ryan Gross. And so now when I process this final video, instead of it saying Hola mi alma is Joshua, it'll say Ryan Gross. So you can actually correct it. So maybe one step back here. Left side, this left column is the original transcript in English, because this video was originally in English. And on the right side is the intended language output, intended output language, in this case, Spanish. So here we got the Spanish version. And so you can come in here and you can correct any mistakes that are made by HeyGen's system automatically. It's not required. However, it can help polish up the video to make sure that the Spanish audience, when listening to the video, it is 99% of the way there. After you make all the changes that are required inside of proofread, you can hit generate results, and you will get a final video. Kind of skip past that error. Let's go back here to the webinar video. Let's play this real quick. So it's processed. This will be the last thing that I touch on, and then we will go to Q&A. Okay, so remember that we used voice mirroring, and we selected a different voice clone. So this won't be my voice, but you'll kind of hear, because I used voice mirroring, you'll hear my fluctuation, my vocal fluctuation with the applied voice clone on top of it. I'll let this play for a bit.
I'll say this portion. So kudos to our sales team for hitting their targets this quarter. Our main source of high quality leads was social media. Both LinkedIn and Facebook worked well for our customer acquisition. Email subscriptions were also very effective. The launch of our latest features has also sparked great interest.
Kudos to our sales team for...
Okay, so I think this is a great example. So voice mirroring versus no voice mirroring. It's actually the same exact voice clone. You can hear how you can hear how the voice, my emotional fluctuation in my voice can be applied to that voice clone. And then without the mirroring, you'll hear in this scene, you'll hear no voice mirroring, and you can just tell the difference. It's pretty clear. Let's play it one more time.
LinkedIn and Facebook worked well for our customer acquisition. Email subscriptions were also very effective. The launch of our latest features has also sparked great interest.
Kudos to our sales team for hitting their targets this quarter. Our main source of good quality leads was social media. Both.
All right, I think it's pretty clear before and after of using voice mirroring versus not using voice mirroring. Not to say that you have to use voice mirroring, but it can help enhance the realness of your avatar videos. All right, so I'm going to go stop sharing here, and we will go to Q&A. So I've got a couple questions here. What's proofread? So again, proofread is the ability to, this is coming from Khaled, proofread is the ability to edit the transcript before you process the final video. All right, I've got a question from Rich saying the original language is English, but then you want to translate to Spanish. The Spanish might be longer. This is true. Can you force the Spanish version to be the exact same length as the original English version? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. So we have a feature. Oops. I'm going to reshare here. What Rich is hinting at is that if I say the same script in English and then I say the same script in Spanish, the Spanish version will be like 10 seconds longer. Let's say the original English video is English spoken word is 1 minute long. If I say the same exact thing translated word for word, it actually might be 1 minute and 10 seconds long. So how do I get that extra 10 seconds into the original video? Because the audio can change, but the video is set. It's 60 seconds. With HeyGen, there is, I have to go through the flow one more time. There is this feature called dynamic duration. And what dynamic duration is dynamic duration will either shorten or lengthen the video portion. So it will take that 60-second video portion and make it 66 seconds or 70 seconds. If you don't want any extension of the video length, click that off. And now it will be exactly 60 seconds as the original. There are some downsides. One, you might see some speeding up of the voice or slowing down of the voice, depending on which language you select. And also, we will have to change the script in the Spanish version slightly so that it'll fit into the 60 seconds. With dynamic duration checked on, what HeyGen does is we can extend the video, making the translation from English to Spanish, in this case, more accurate, more precise, the original to the output one. Okay. Question from Brian here. How do we create multiple poses of ourselves? So me in a suit, me in gym shorts. Awesome question. Like I mentioned earlier, that is the goal. That's kind of what HeyGen is encouraging users to do, is create multiple avatars. So in the avatar section here on the left side nav panel, these are what we call slots. Each slot is really intended to be an identity. In this case, it's not great in my demo space because I have 3 slots that are dedicated to me here. But if I click on one slot, each slot has 300 looks. So you can have 300 individual looks of yourself. So I've got 3, well, really 2 different ones, 2 different shirt colors here. If I want to add a slot, I can do it using the add a new look. If I want to add a new look, not a new slot, excuse me. And then you can create your own video here, or you can upload photos. If I upload photos of myself, there's some instructions here that I would recommend. You can turn a photo into an avatar as well. If you go on the use video, you'll have to upload video of yourself in the setting that you want to be in. So if you're in the gym or if you're in a suit, you'd have to collect that footage. There is one other option, which is train an AI model to generate looks for yourself. So if you upload enough photos or avatar videos, we recommend at least 10, then you can train a model. So I've already done this. So I'll actually go to, let's let's go to Josh's. So I uploaded, or our team uploaded all these photos of Josh. We then trained the model, and now you can generate all the looks that you want to. So you just describe if you want it to be Josh in gym shorts or Josh in a suit and tie, you describe it here and you hit generate looks and it'll do so. So for example, I said CEO giving presentation from NASDAQ, and here's the looks of him doing so. For Christmas this past year, we wanted Josh in a Santa hat. So here's his looks giving out presents to the team. A couple other examples as well. And you can go animation style or cartoon style. So if you want to have yourself become a cartoon that you can have speak, you can also do that with the generate looks feature. This is fun. The ability to create, especially the cartoon. I mean, how do you not like that? It's a fun feature. Okay. The intended time was 30 minutes. We are 5 minutes over. If there's any other questions, feel free to post them here. I'll wait just a few more seconds, or maybe 30 seconds more, to see if there's any other questions that come in. And otherwise, we'll wrap it up. Okay, there's a question about pricing and what's included. Fantastic question. So I'll share my screen here. Okay, so always a good place to wrap up is pricing and packaging. HeyGen makes it extremely affordable to get started for anybody across the globe. We literally have a free plan. There's 3 videos per month. The video's length is 3 minutes long, but everything else is basically get the rest of the platform. It's really the ideal way to create your first video and see if there's a good use case for using HeyGen. If you like it and it makes sense, then you can upgrade to the creator plan. This is the key here, is unlimited videos. So we do not have any gates on how many videos you can create. The only gate is that the video length is limited at 30 minutes. So you can use avatar video, you can use video translate, you can also create an interactive avatar and use the creator plan for all 3 products. You can find everything that's included here. It's pretty darn good. All the main features are included. HeyGen does a pretty good job of not gating features in our different plans. It's really beneficial for folks who want to get started in an easy way. The main limit on creator versus teams versus enterprise, especially for creator versus teams, is the processing speed. So it will take a little bit longer, more like 5 to 10 times the length of the video. I mentioned earlier 3 to 5 times. That's more so in the enterprise plan, but in the creator plan, it's about 5, or it's really like 6 to 10 times the length of the video. So you will have to wait a little bit longer to get your videos processed. You can only have 1 seat or 1 license, as we call them, in the creator plan. Whereas with the teams plan, this is where you start being able to collaborate with multiple folks across one space of HeyGen. So teams plan starts at 2 seats for $39 per seat. So it's $80 a month. You can also buy annual plans for all of these, but $80 a month to get started for the teams plan. It is faster. It's more like 5 to 7 times the length of the video to process the video, and you unlock 4K video quality. Again, unlimited videos. This is where proofread comes in. So creator plan does not have proofread, but teams plan does have proofread. If you want to edit, if you're primarily planning on using video translate to take those English videos and turn them into Spanish or Spanish to German, etc., and you need to make sure that those translations are precise, teams plan is right for you. You will not get proofread in the creator plan. That's the main feature gate for the teams plan. Let's see here. And then there's enterprise. Enterprise is the fastest. It also gives you the most customization in terms of creating spaces and subspaces, having multiple team members. If you need security and enterprise governance, enterprise legal and onboard legal, as well as enterprise like support to get your different folks up and running, enterprise is probably the right plan for you. One thing that I'll touch on more in depth on enterprise is that getting a larger organization to use HeyGen can be somewhat difficult. And what our team does really, really well is ensuring that all the folks know how to create their avatar, how to use the editor, how to use proofread. If you have any questions or if you have AI quality issues, our team is ready to answer your questions, help you reprocess videos, create better voice clones, help you reprocess avatars if they're not perfect. Our team's on standby in an ongoing support way. And that's the main benefit for the enterprise plan, is that we are here to help you. We do this every day. We help answer customer questions every single day, and we're really good at it now. And we would be happy to help you, help your organization, your larger enterprise, or even a small team that needs that layer of support. We'd be happy to help you get HeyGen adopted at your organization. What's the price for enterprise? Everybody asks me. Okay, I'm kind of beating around the bush here. What's the price, Ryan? It starts at $30,000. That's the minimum price for our enterprise plan. If that's a sticker shock and that's not right for you, and that's most people, like most people don't need enterprise, then get started with Teams or Creator. If it's just one person, you want to test it out, maybe bring it into your organization later, start off with Creator. Or if you want to have multiple people, you're ready to use Proofread, or you need to use Proofread rather, then I would start with Teams. If you're like, okay, this is cool, I have like real use cases. Oftentimes it'd be marketing teams or learning development teams, maybe both, or you're a localization team. I need enterprise. Let's talk. We're happy to put you in touch with a product expert to guide you through and help the rest of your organization learn about HeyGen. Okay, I think that is my pricing and packaging overview. Let's end it there. Thank you everybody for joining. I'll be back on next Thursday, and we do this every Tuesday and Thursday. So excited to see you again. I'll cover interactive avatar next time. So feel free to join, and we will see you Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great rest of your day.